Alright, so this video is geared towards people who watch Jim Willie or listen to Jim Willie, the Golden Jackass, and I wanted to talk a little bit about Bitcoin and the possibility that Bitcoin is Jim Willie's Schiesse Dollar. And I've been listening to Jim for a couple of years now. I'm not a subscriber, so I don't know what his opinions are and what he says to his subscriber base, but I have been watching his public interviews for a couple of years now, and since about, as far as I can tell, about 2015, since I've been going back and looking at some of his older public stuff, he's been talking a little bit about something he calls the Schiesse Dollar, which is his theory about what the next currency is for the United States, which he believes that the US dollar is going away, that they're going to be issuing a brand new currency that is only to be used for domestic purposes. And he says that this currency is going to suffer 2 rounds of devaluations, 30% each time, which comes out to be about a 51% retention in the purchasing power after all is said and done. So, and then after that, a gold trade note is what's to be used for international trade. So, very interesting theory. And then, of course, in 2009, we had Bitcoin entered the scene. And haven't actually heard Jim talk about Bitcoin or blockchain technology until quite recently. And so I have a theory about this, and that is this Schiesse Dollar that Jim is talking about is Bitcoin. And the reason why I think that this is because nobody really knows who created Bitcoin. You know, Satoshi Nakamoto or whatever, but nobody really knows who that is, or it very well could have been the U.S. federal government, or like Bix Weir says, it could have been Alan Greenspan. You know, nobody knows, and I think that's a strong possibility. If the powers that be in the United States have known about this for a long time, if they have been preparing for it, and if they are going to roll out this brand new Schiesse Dollar, then wouldn't it be really convenient that this was evidence of that, right? A cryptocurrency, which is what they wanted to do anyway, right? Force everybody into a crypto, or force everyone into a digital type of currency for ultimate control. So actually, I think fits pretty perfectly. So it could have been the U.S. federal government, or maybe it could have been the Chinese. Would make sense. It supposedly came out of that side of the world, right? Satoshi was supposedly, I think, a Japanese person, so could have been China, which Jim Willie says is a big part of the Schiesse Dollar. Supposedly, the Chinese have been working with the U.S. And wanted a forced devaluation of their new domestic dollar, which again is only for domestic use, and then they would settle global trade with a gold trade note. So I think that's very possible that Bitcoin could have been made by one of those 2 factions, either somebody over in Asia, as a, could have been introduced as a very real, legitimate solution, or it could have been the fake solution that the powers that be in the United States are trying to force everybody into. So, and then there's also another possibility that I've been thinking about, which is maybe the Bitcoin isn't the Schiesse Dollar, maybe it's the gold trade note. You know, after figuring out about what blockchain technology is, I thought that it would be very possible that whatever the next global trade medium is, it's definitely going to incorporate some type of blockchain. I mean, there's just too many possibilities. So Bitcoin very well could be, it could be the next trade note it could be the next medium for global trade for a lot of these countries. Let me know what you think about this. I want to hear what your opinion is. I'm going to link to the Steam It article that I created about this, kind of detailing in finer detail, kind of like what my thoughts are on this. But yeah, I do want to get some feedback about what you guys think about this theory that I have, or any theories that you have contrary to it, or what you think about the reset that's coming. You know, hopefully I'll have enough food grown by then. So I don't even really remember what these are, but seem to be doing just fine. And these are supposed to be onions, but they didn't do too well. Hopefully I'll have enough food to survive.